Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the – Scott, what day is it?
I'll let you do it because it's your signature.
Hump Day edition of Today in Sports Betting. You know, I got to admit, Scott, I'm in my 50s. That still gives me just way too much pleasure to do that. I'm very sorry.
You got to appreciate
it is. I know you really do, especially in the age of COVID, man. You got to take your entertainment where you can find it.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Wednesday edition of Today in Sports Betting. This is part 2 where Scott and I take a look at the MLB, doing it MLB style. And, we've got a full slate of boards today. Coming down the home stretch, Scotty, we got just, 5 days left here in the regular season before the abomination known as the MLB playoffs starts. So that should be fun. Oh, man. I've got took a couple of premium spins yesterday on some dogs. I had the Seattle Mariners over the Astros. I actually played them tight. They were tied 1-1 after 4 or 5 innings there until they ultimately the Seattle Pen showed up, and you know what happened there. So,
yep.
But the heartbreaker was having Detroit over Minnesota. My man Tariq Skubal started for Detroit. Held them okay. Had a lot of base runners, a lot of things going on. Gave off a leadoff home run, so that was certainly started off well. But ended up giving up just 2 runs. We had the lead in the 8th. We had the lead in the 10th. Couldn't hold it either time. Absolute heartbreaker there in the 6th inning as the Tigers had the bases loaded, and they had just tied the game by hitting a shot off the pitcher, and they were able to get the game tied and then hit an absolute screamer right at the left fielder. Right first pitch, pulled it, and right at him, and that decided the game. That's the kind of thing that makes a difference in baseball games. It's those little things. Oftentimes it comes down to things like that, and that was the difference between us cashing a nice plus 180 paycheck or a ticket rather, and going home as losers. So
yeah, I know that baseball yesterday wasn't exactly the greatest in terms of our leans. I know that my 2 favorite plays were the Red Sox over, which won, as well as the Diamondbacks on the run line at like plus 130, and that was a 7-0 sweat-free win. Caleb Smith continues to be underrated, so thanks. And, yeah, we'll look for more profit today.
Who'd we fade in that game?
Jordan Lyles.
Jordan Lyles, that's right. Good Lord.
All 7-0, so plus 130 was way too easy there.
How Jordan Lyles and the Rangers can be a favorite, that is just –
well, they weren't a favorite. The point is Arizona was like minus 130 or so.
Oh, that's right. They were a small dog. That's right.
We got the run line. It was plus 130, and I'm like, all right, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. No sweat there at all. So let's take a look again. A lot of these same teams square off here, Scott. Let's start it off with the little afternoon, little businessman special there as the Angels and Padres go at it. As you might suspect, Padres are a big favorite here, minus 178. Angels plus 164. 8.5 is the number there, Scott.
I'm actually going with the Angels here.
Jaime Barria squares off against Mike Clevenger for the Padres. Did you say you're going to go with the Angels here, Scott?
I am. They're not laying minus 180, so I'm getting an absolute steal. No, actually, though, I'm gonna lean to the Angels. They've played better lately. I know that this overall season has been a complete lost cause, but they have actually played well over the past week or so. The main issue that I have now, we've talked about momentum and how it plays a factor for some teams, or especially motivation, how that plays a factor. And the issue I have now with the Padres is that they've been struggling a little bit lately. What do they have left to play for because the Dodgers already clinched the division? Do they have anything to play for at this point?
Let me see if
not really. You can argue for seeding maybe, but do they really have anything to play for? They're guaranteed to not win the division.
No, I mean obviously they're playing for seeding. I don't know that.
But it's not like the Padres' record is in the thick of a playoff race. So they already clinched a playoff spot. They're guaranteed to not win the division. It's just a matter of looking at the spot here. I do know that Clevenger's been great this year, but I mean the Angels have played better lately, and I'm going to give credit where credit's due. It's better late than never, I guess, to show some form of life. But they've won 5 of 6. They won the opener yesterday. I think the Padres are too much of a favorite here. I think this line should be around minus 160, minus 150. So I'll take the value on the Angels.
All right. Clevenger's been very good since he came over. 2 great starts, 1 not so great start. I just
You think San Diego should be this big of a favorite?
Yeah, I don't know that I have.
I just don't know what they're playing for at this point.
I think it may be closer to 3-2. I think minus 150 probably is.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, so I'll take the extra sense of value there with the Angels.
Yeah, Berea hasn't been bad once they moved him into the rotation there at the end of August.
Yeah, he's been fun.
He's not gonna go. He's not gonna eat a ton of innings, but he should get you through the fifth. Not a terrible play. Not a terrible play. You want to take a little.
I know it sounds controversial because we always fade the Angels, but I got to acknowledge the fact that the Angels have played well lately, and the Padres, despite being good, have lost 3 of their last 5. So I think that there's a decent amount of value here with the Angels.
Yeah, of course. A lot of times we fade the Angels because they're minus 190.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. So at this price here, against a team that might have some motivation questions, I don't think it's that bad of a spot.
Yeah, the Padres are firmly ensconced in that second place.
That's what I'm saying. So
ain't nobody coming to get them. They ain't catching anybody. I don't know that. I think it's a little early that maybe you start resting some guys.
I'm not about rest.
No, I know. You're talking about motivation. I don't buy the motivation angle.
I think it's worth bringing up. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Well, what motivates the Angels then, Scott?
They're technically alive for a playoff spot. Technically, they're not eliminated yet.
Angels, they are still. They're 6 under 500.
The odds are virtually 0, but they haven't been officially eliminated yet. So technically, they still have something to play for.
So they are. Let's see. So they are 6 under. Toronto's 1 over for that second spot. So they're 3.5 back with 5 to play.
They basically need to win out, but they're still alive.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you do have a team. I don't hate them. I don't hate the motivation angle there. You do have a team that is going to treat it much more seriously. I think the Angels will make a lot more moves.
I agree.
As far as trying to win this game than the Padres.
Joe Madden, some of that might turn out to bite you if he makes more moves than less. But all right. Yeah, they're not just going to throw in the towel. I mean, there's still something to play for.
You've convinced me. Plus 164. I still think it's a game the Padres win.
They might. I just think that price is too high.
5 times, but I think there's a little value. They're getting a little overlay.
Yeah.
A little something to watch in the afternoon. Why not throw a ducat or two on the Angels and amuse yourself this afternoon? All right. Phillies Nats, Scott. Phillies minus 135. Nats plus 125. 9.5 is the total in that one, and that's going to see Zach Eflin square off against Eric Fetty. Eric Fetty for the Washington Nationals. How you feeling about this one?
I'm going with the Nationals. I know that the Phillies have been the better team all year long, but this team has been extremely streaky all year long, kind of like every single team in the NL East, with the exception of the Nationals, who've just been awful all year long. But it's a matter of trying to, back the streets and to pick your spots. And in reality, the Phillies, they're kind of falling apart at the wrong time right now. They've lost 4 straight.
Mm-hmm.
The Nationals have nothing to play for, but I can guarantee you they would love to play spoiler to one of their division rivals who, have a shot at making the playoffs. That would be a fun little moral victory there if they're able to eliminate the Phillies from the playoff.
Oh, I think anytime the Phillies have the Nationals have a chance to break it off at Bryce Harper's, but I think they're.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go with the Nationals because the Phillies have lost 4 straight, and I really think they might be on the verge of a collapse.
You could be right. Eflin was good last time out, but is 3 starts prior to that. Not great at all. Fetty was fantastic his last time out. Not sure there's enough value for me to get involved here, Scott. I might lean towards the under 9.5, and I just plus 125 on the Nationals.
I'm just saying it's not a great look when you're fighting for a playoff spot. You're in the middle of a 3-game losing streak, and you blow a lead in the final inning and give up 2 runs.
Agreed.
You choke a save again when you're in the middle of a playoff hunt. I'm not going to say that can automatically linger, but that compounded with the 4-game losing streak does not mean that psychologically this team's in the right place right now.
Yeah, agreed. I'll go ahead and play the under. I don't hate your play there with the Nationals. I think there's value there. White Sox and Indians, Scott. 2 teams that have both made the playoffs.
Jose Ramirez might have won himself an MVP last night.
What's that?
Jose Ramirez might have won himself an MVP last night.
A hell of a game, didn't he?
He had the walk-off home run to send him to the playoffs. I know he's been on fire, and right now he might actually be the favorite to win the MVP. Really came out of nowhere. But the last couple of weeks, he's just put the team on his back.
Yeah, he really has. I don't know. You've got I don't know that you have a motivation angle here. Cleveland going to look like they're going to be the 7 seed. They're 2.5 back of the Twins, and right now the 7 seed would square off with. Well, by golly, they would square off with the White Sox, Scott,
Yep.
as it stands right now. So we'll have to see how all that works out between the Athletics and the Tampa Bay Rays. But
well, that's the thing, though. If I just mention the Padres and the Phillies based on current form, I got to mention the White Sox because they're going to make the playoffs and all. This team might have peaked a little bit too early. This team has not played well lately. They have lost 4 of their last 5, each of their last 3. They're on the verge of potentially getting swept by the Indians. Yeah, I'm going to take Bieber because it's Shane Bieber, and the White Sox have not been playing well lately. Believe it or not, Minnesota's only half a game behind Chicago, so Chicago might actually blow the AL Central title. And it wouldn't surprise me because this team is still very inexperienced. It has not been in this spot before. And it's starting to show. And I think that Bieber and the Indians should continue to roll. So I'll go with the Indians here.
Laying -154, I don't hate that.
Doesn't matter. It's Bieber. It doesn't matter.
I've never, even his no hitters, even his last year, I'm still not a believer in Lucas Giolito. I
still like Giolito a lot. So it's not a matter of fading Giolito. I just think Bieber is on another planet right now.
Well, yeah, and Giolito hasn't been great. He's given up 3 earned in his last 3 starts, going basically 6 innings.
It's fine. It's not awful. It's not great. It's fine.
Right, he's fine. That's exactly right. He's outclassed here. Give me the hotter team against the team that's hasn't lost 3 straight with a better pitcher on the mound.
Yep.
-154. Don't love it, but go ahead. Let's lay it.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Speaking of -150, you got the Diamondbacks -152 over the Rangers +149.5 is the number there, and you've got Wes Benjamin going for Texas against Alex Young for the Diamondbacks.
Question: what's the run line in the Diamondbacks there?
+125 again, picking up good value there, picking up 77 cents of value, taking the home team on the run line if you were so inclined to do so, Scott.
Well, I know that Young has not been good this season, as he is a 2-4 record with a 5.44 ERA, and he also got shelled in his last start. However, if you want to actually break down the splits, Young does have a 3.57 ERA at home, so he actually has been very solid at Chase Field. And Arizona, despite being well under 500, is only 1 game under at Chase. They have been a lot better at home than they have been on the road. We mentioned this every single time. Broken record, Texas is the worst road team in the league. I'm going to go Diamondbacks run line. I think that they have some value there.
At home?
Yeah, I'm going with the Diamondbacks run line there. I think that Texas is just awful on the road. And Young's been good at home. So that's all I really need.
Okay. All right. You're not a believer in Wes Benjamin, Scott?
It's more of a fading of Texas lineup, who cannot score to save their lives. So that's kind of my main thought process there. But we also won yesterday, so it's a little bit of a free rollover situation going on there.
Playing with house money, baby.
Something like that. But I think you'll agree with me. It's a decent spot there for Arizona.
It is. Wes Benjamin making his first start, and
means he probably won't go that long.
Well, yeah, he's made 6 appearances, 15 innings. So I mean, they're not afraid to stretch him out a little bit, but man, anytime you can get the Rangers bullpen involved there as early as possible, that's probably a good time to fade him. Yep. Yeah, I'm okay. I wouldn't. You got 9.5 there.
What was the number you said again from the run line?
+125.
Yeah, it's a great deal.
All right, I'm not as big a believer in Alex Young as you are.
I'm just looking at the home and road splits. He's been a lot better at home than he has, which explains why his numbers overall are terrible. But at home, he's been pretty good.
I'm gonna play the over. Play over 9.5 in that one.
But Texas is offense. That's a hot take.
I know it is. It's always fun playing the Rangers in an over situation. I totally get it.
Yep.
Yankees and Blue Jays, Scott. It's the one we've been waiting for.
I'm just going Yankees team total over blindly, and I'm just going to say thanks.
It's a couple of pitchers. One of them that I don't like, and one of them that neither one of us like.
Well, Tanaka, I've always been higher on than you have. But
Tanaka goes against Robbie Ray.
Yeah. I'm also biased towards Tanaka because I've witnessed his playoff performances, and he is a phenomenal postseason pitcher.
Right.
So that might be why I hold him in higher regard. But we both know Robbie Ray stinks, and the Yankees' offense is probably still scoring from yesterday's game. What's the team total at? 6.5?
Mm-hmm.
What's the juice on that?
I wouldn't think there'd be much juice. No, you're catching plus 105.
Sweet.
No, if you want to play over 6.5, they're gonna let you do that.
Yeah, sweet. I'll do it.
I'd like to come up with something nice to say about Robbie Ray.
You can't.
He had a decent start.
His strikeouts look good.
He's still striking out people. He had a decent start 2 games ago. I don't know. Yeah.
He scored 12 runs yesterday. I got to assume that they can get to 7 against Robbie Ray.
Yeah, you got to think so, man. It's hard to take Robbie Ray here in any way, shape, or form. Yankees on the road, minus 148 on the run line. You know what? I'll take that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it could be 5-1, 6-1, something like that. So I don't hate your TTO 6.5, but I'll take the Yankees to win big. Astros and Mariners rematch from yesterday. Astros minus 201 and Mariners plus 184. 8.5 is the number there as we see Zach Greinke goes against a Nick Margevich for the Seattle Mariners. The Grinkster, he's just he's doing what he do. He's not quite having the season that he's usually. He's faded a little bit here down the stretch. He's lost his last 3, sending his ERA to 3.90. And Scott hasn't been good. He's given up 15 earned runs over his last 5 starts, and that covers 22 innings. Anything to like here with Seattle? I got I tried to have Lucy hold the football yesterday. Maybe she'll hold it again today for me.
For me, I'm just going to lean to Houston. I know that the value isn't really there at 200, but I'm just a big Greinke guy. And I think that Houston should probably be a bigger favorite in the spot. So I'm going to lean to Houston. I know you're going to take Seattle. I'm going to lean to Houston.
Give me Mariners first 5 at plus 175.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get that. I'll eliminate the bullpen from the equation.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think if they can put up 3 or 4 against Greinke, I think they'll be all right.
I'm just taking the full game for the same reason but different logic. I'm just close game with Seattle's bullpen, sure.
You're laying 201 on the Houston there?
Yeah, I like Greinke.
Okay. Hot take, baby. Hot take.
Not really, but sure.
Brewers and Reds. Reds minus 164, Brewers plus 151, 8.5 is your number there. Adrian Hauser goes up against Trevor Bauer.
I know you can't figure out Hauser, but I'm going to lean to the Reds anyway because Bauer I have figured out, and believe it or not, he's very, very good. I don't know if you knew that. He's very good at pitching. So, yeah, I'll go with the Reds.
Yeah, the Adrian Hauser thing, man, it's if he would have been favored today, I would have been all ready to throw in the towel as far as being a handicapper goes. The thing about Hauser, he ain't going to go long. If you get 5 out of him, it'll be a lot. Of course, the Milwaukee pen hasn't been terrible. Having said all that, I want no part of him here. I'll take Trevor. I'll take Trevor Bauer. This could be if you're going to lay 160 plus on something. I think this is the place to lay it here. Minus 164 on the Reds. Man, we're really having some hot takes here, aren't we? Laying 160, 200,
something like that.
But you know what? Sometimes the price is right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you laying a big number, it's still a good price. Speaking of big numbers, it's Cubbies minus 230 plus over the Pirates plus 208. 8.5 is the number. Of course, that game is in Pittsburgh. Kyle Hendricks goes up against Trevor Williams.
I'm going with the Cubs team total over on this.
Every one of these games just has one dreadful pitcher, and Trevor Williams has been that dreadful pitcher. The team has won just one time in his 10 starts, including losing 6 straight, 6.7 ERA, 1.6 WHIP. Kyle Hendricks is beginning to look like Kyle Hendricks again. He's pitched very well his last 4 times out. Absolutely nothing to like about Pittsburgh here. I'll take the run line and lay the minus 140. That's decent.
What's the Cubs team total over on that?
4.5, Scott.
And what's the juice?
Minus 138.
Sure. I'll take that, sure.
Yeah, I don't hate that either. Yeah, you get to pick there. You're laying minus 140 on both of those plays, whether you're playing the run line or whether you're playing.
Yeah, I'm going to skip the run line because Hendricks has been a lot better at home than he has on the road. So it's kind of my main issue I have with Hendricks, but he's still been very good lately. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the Cubs team total over because Williams and the Pirates bullpen should be a good recipe for that.
Probably the safer play. All right. You know what? I'll go with you. I don't think the Cubs cover the run line if they don't score 5. I don't see it as 4-2, 3-1 type of game. So, what do you want to take a swing? Playing them both together. If you got the ability to parlay those, some sites will let you, some sites won't. I don't hate that parlay. Probably picking up plus 210 somewhere around there. So, all right, very good. Now we're clipping right along. Marlins and Braves, Scott. Marlins still alive and kicking there. Well, not to win the division, but they're still very much alive for a playoff spot. Braves minus 171. See, I told you the Braves were going to playoffs. I don't know why you ever doubted me, Scott.
Unfortunately we never pulled the trigger on that one, right?
It's still amazing they've been able to do it with their lack of pitching. I'm
not surprised. I told you they would make the playoffs. They're still going to win the division.
Josh Tomlin and just
there's mostly a fading in the rest of the division. I just looked at the division and just said, "Wow, yeah, the Braves are better."
That was the question, and that's what the reluctantly why I didn't pull the trigger because
that is a nice "I told you so." Even though I won absolutely nothing from that brief encounter.
In the land of the barefoot, Scott, the man with one shoe is king. Never forget that.
That is fair.
Braves minus 171, Marlins plus 157. 8 is the number, and that sees Sixto Sanchez goes up against Max Fried. My goodness, Scott, what do we got here?
I like my boy Sixto. I'm going to go first 5 under.
We got us a game there, buddy. Sixto, both of these pitchers have been very good. Sixto has been very good until his last outing when he lost to Eric Fetty and the Washington Nationals. But before that, he had been outstanding. Scott gave up 5 earned, though, his last time out, going just 4 innings.
I was telling you about him. So, I'm going to go with first 5 under because I like both starting pitchers here. Fried, of course, is Max Fried. You know how good he is. And Sixto's been very good. So, what's it at, 4.5? 4?
I would think, yeah, let's see what you get. I bet they got you at 4. Usually would be 4.5, but I bet they've got that sussed out. Yep. On the plus side, they'll give you a little plus 100 if you want to take the under 4.
Yeah, I'll go with the first 5 under 4.
Okay.
Atlanta never loses when Fried's on the mound, so I acknowledge the fact that taking the Marlins might not be a great play. So I'll just assume both starters will pitch well, and I'll take the first 5 under.
I'll take Miami under 3.5 or minus 130.
Okay.
I think Fried just shuts them down.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, Rays, Mets, Scott. Rays minus 157, Mets plus 145. 8.5 is the number there. Tyler Glass now goes against Michael Wacha for the Mets. Wacha has been 7 different shades of awful this season. He's a 7.5 ERA, 1.75 ERA. And, this is a guy that's made 6 starts. Is inexplicably still in the rotation, Scott.
See, this game has me a little bit in a loop. And the reason why is because even though Tampa clearly has a better starting pitcher, and it's not even close, Tampa has scored 3 runs or less in each of their last 5 games. This team's offense has completely fallen apart. So I'm a little bit skeptical when it comes to taking Tampa because offensively they're broken right now. So what's the Mets team total?
Mets team total is going to be 3.5, Scott.
What's the under?
3.5. That's minus 130.
I'll go with the under there. It's juicy. Is it a great play? No, I acknowledge that, but I can't back Tampa on a run line or anything when they can't score more than 3 runs per game. I can't do it. Maybe Walk will get him back on track. He should because he's been awful this year. But I think you'll agree with me that sometimes hitting is just a streaky element, and right now it's not working out for Tampa.
No, and maybe they've gone cold at the right time as they want to heat up for the playoffs. But Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that game. Glass now has been good, but
Tampa should win. It's just I can't take Tampa when they can't score.
No, and you can't get involved with any kind of total because Tampa certainly has the capability. And Michael Walker.
And Walk is terrible, so
Yeah.
you're kind of stuck. So I'm just going to go with the safer option, which is assume Glass now is going to be good and take the team total under for the Mets.
All right, good enough. Kind of my theory with the Miami game. I like it. Tigers and Twins, Scott. Twins minus 290. 290.
Oh,
as the Tigers are plus 258. And let's see who could be this pitching matchup. How about man, I don't hate this guy. Casey Mize and Kenta Maeda.
yeah. What I gotta ask? What's the team totals for these? Are we in 2.5 territory, or is it still 3.5?
No, you're 2.5, buddy.
It is okay. What?
5.5 and 2.5. Yeah, you have to be with that kind of a.
Oh God.
Spread.
Well, what's the juice on the 2.5?
On the over?
Yeah.
Minus 125.
I mean, I wrote an article about it. I said the final score would be 5-2. So I can't. I don't know if I want the over 2.5, but that line is still ridiculously low. Maeda's been insane at home. Mize has been awful against the Tigers. I mean, not the Tigers, against the Twins this season. So, oh God.
He's been pretty consistent. He's given up 2 or 3 earned runs in every one of his starts.
Yeah.
And he's gone between 3 and 5 innings basically.
What is the first 5 total?
Well, probably 4. 4.5.
I'll take that. Am I thrilled about it? No, but I'm going to hold my nose and take it because I think Maeda might not give up a run. Maeda's been insane.
You know, I watched this team. I watched this Detroit team.
They can't hit.
Struggle to score last night, and I'll take.
I think Mize is okay. I know he's been terrible at Target Field, but I mean, you might be looking at a 4-0 game in the 6th inning.
Yeah, very possible. I'll go ahead and play.
What was the juice on the 4.5? By the way, I forgot to ask.
The juice on the 4.5 on the
under.
On the under is minus 103. So
I'll take that.
All right, and yeah, team total under 2.5. Man, I can't play that.
I wrote an article that said 5-2, so I have to stick with it. I cannot take the over 2.5. That would make me a traitor. Got to keep it.
All right, I'll play team total under 2.5 for Detroit minus 105.
There.
You know, I told you we did very well last year playing the Marlins team total under 2.5. So sometimes you can't be afraid of that 2.5. Although,
yeah,
you know, you get anybody on base, you start sweating it. But
yeah.
All right, I-70 series here, Scott. The Cardinals and the Royals. Royals were shut out last night after a nice come from behind victory the night before. And we see Carlos Martinez going up against Danny Duffy for the Kansas City Royals. Duffy, I know, struggled his last time out.
I'm just going with the over.
It's 14, Scott. No, I'm kidding. It's 9. Yeah, that's the play there.
I kind of have to. Martinez, believe it or not, his numbers this year have been bad because he does have an 8.40 ERA. Even Duffy's got a 5+ ERA. I know both teams haven't really combined for many runs lately when they play against each other, but conceptually, I got to assume both teams can get the 4 here. So I'll go with the over.
Okay, I like that. I think that's solid. Duffy struggled his last time out. Carlos Martinez has struggled every time out. Yeah, 8.39 ERA, Scott, and he gave up 5 runs last time, but only 1 earned. So it's been even worse than that. That's kind of a glitch in the system. I assume that's somebody made an error that would have been out number 3, and then he gave up.
But if his ERA is that high and only 1 of the runs was earned, that means he hasn't been pitching well before that anyway.
That's what I'm saying. And then
I know. I'm just articulating on that. So yeah, I agree.
A monster shot. So all right. So over there on the KC St. Louis game, Athletics and Dodgers, Scott. Dodgers showed them who their daddy was last night. Minus 155 is LA against the Oakland Athletics. 9 is your total there.
The issue, both teams have nothing to play for. Both teams already wrapped up their division, so I don't know what really matters about this game.
Manaea goes up against Urias.
I'm going to lean to Oakland because the Dodgers did clinch the division yesterday. I'm not saying in COVID that they're celebrating, but I think there's a chance that they might be a little bit fat and happy after clinching the division.
Yeah.
I'll go with Oakland.
Okay. All right.
Any thoughts on that?
Well, the A's still haven't clinched, although they look.
They clinched the division already.
Are you sure they're 5.5 up with 6? No, they got 5 to play. You're right.
Oakland clinched the division already.
Sorry. Oh yeah, that's the next. They're not as easy. Sorry. Yep. They've.
I think they clinched 2 days ago. I think so.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing is that Oakland clinched already, but Los Angeles just clinched. And I know that in normal situations you would fade the Dodgers because of the hangover celebration effect. Even though it's been COVID and all this other stuff now, I still got to assume the Dodgers were celebrating last night, at least together as a team, right?
You would think so, yeah, absolutely. And I know that's probably not as big a deal as it was. You're gonna take a little shot of the dog here with Manaea.
Yeah, the Dodgers won yesterday. They clinched. I think that they're just gonna come out flat because they already won, and work from there. You agree?
I hate that. Yeah, I'll take 7-5 on the dog.
I mean, I'm trying to find a spin on the underdog here, so that's how I would view it.
Not bad. And I think Manaea's pitched well his last couple times out. No.
Yeah, he's been better.
It was okay. Yeah, it was okay last time, but he's been very good. Yeah, actually, Manaea's been pitching very well.
He's been fine.
No, not fine. He's been very, very good. He's given up one run in his last 4 of his last 5 starts. And
yeah, I'll go with Oakland.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and he gave up 3 last time at Colorado. So yeah, I think that's a good play. One getting better than 7-5. Give me 143 on that one.
Hmm.
Finishing up with the Colorado Rockies and the San Francisco Giants. Here you got your motivation, Scott. Does motivation matter?
It should, but and both these pitchers are bad.
Oh yeah, we've got. I forgot to say we have Castellani against Logan Webb for the Giants.
Yeah, Logan Webb's numbers have not been good. Obviously, as he has a 5.73 ERA. However, at home, he's been even worse as he has a 6.08 ERA. So he's been terrible no matter where he's pitched.
Mm-hmm.
Against Colorado, he's been okay, though. He has 2 appearances, a 4.35 ERA. I really hate taking overs in Oracle Park.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this is a pretty good spot to take an over. So I'm going to lean to the over here because I do not like either pitcher here.
Castellani has been okay on the road. He's a 3.77 ERA with a 1.
That's every Rockies pitcher. They've been better on the road than they have at home.
Well, I mean, yeah, I understand that, but I mean,
no, his ERA is good. I'm just busting your chops. His ERA.
It's an extreme split. He's 7.25 at home, 3.77 on the road. No,
yep.
Normally, obviously, pitchers are going to be better on the road than they are at Coors Field. Yep. Put on your asbestos gloves for that.
You're going Rockies. I haven't been able to figure out this Rockies team all year, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to lean to the over. It's probably going to go under, but I can't back either pitcher.
I think that's a great price. I'm going to take the Rockies plus 172. I think that's a lot of meat on the bone there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, good enough.
Cool.
All right, guys, that's our MLB show for the day. We're like I said, coming down the stretch here on our full board. And then we'll be moving into playoff mode here in about a week, a little less than a week. So That'll be fun. But for today, that's all your games. Grip and ripping. No double headers today, Scott. That's kind of weird.
Not used to it. It's a rare moment here.
I know, man. We're gonna get so spoiled by double headers. I love double headers, by the way. There you go. Any final thoughts on the baseball card today, my friend?
No. I'm already starting to look forward to October, at least for playoff perspective.
Hey, who isn't? Oh, that's right, Royals fans.
It's fine. I'll tell you what, though. I'm sure you've had a nice seat reserved on your couch for the last handful of years for the playoffs. So
I have.
Yeah, so you're prepared.
Wow, I think that's shots fired there by Yankees fans.
It's not really a shots fired; it's just a fact. You went into the season not thinking your team wasn't going to be very good. Your team's probably been better than you thought they were going to be. They're in the last place, but they have actually shown flashes at times.
Of course, if I was going to spend $300 million on my team's payroll, I'd expect them to occasionally make it to the World Series. So
occasionally, that's a fair point. It's been a while since that's happened, but it's also easier to make it when Garrett Cole's getting paid more money than your entire roster. So that also factors in. But in reality, you knew that going to the year, the Royals, all they cared about was development of pitchers and prospects, and the pitching staff has developed. So that's kind of what you were looking for.
Yeah. There's some of those young arms have emerged. This is going to be an absolutely stud pitching staff.
And I think that even though the team wasn't that good, I don't think Mike Matheny pissed you off as much as he thought he was going into this year.
No, he was. He's been a little more amenable.
Like the hire, and I haven't really noticed one situation where he has been just awful. I think he's been okay. It's just his team's not very talented.
He's been a little more aware of analytics than I thought he would be. He's been a little more of a.
It's not a bad thing.
I'll take it. All right, guys. So that's it for the show. Make sure for deep dives into these games and every game on the board every single day, you stop by winnersandwhiners.com. Check out our fine handicappers over there. And make sure you check out Scott's play of the day. Make sure you check out my play of the day and all that good stuff. If you're interested in premium plays, we got those available from a number of cappers over there at Winners and Winers, including myself. So, get over there, check it out, and for all your handicapping needs, as it were. All right. So for Scott Steen, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here at winnersandwhiners.com, we appreciate you stopping by the show today. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, drop us a comment, let us know what you're playing. And, good luck on all of your plays today. Hope everybody stays safe and healthy. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time on Today in Sports Betting. Take care, everybody.